this. Okay, let's check our loadouts. Let's see what we have available. Oh yeah, we had like our Uncle Dane loadout because there was a guy I was playing on a lobby against who was pretending to be Dane and he obviously wasn't. So I was like, mate, you've got the loadout, but you haven't got the effect. Mate. Okay. Let's change my hit. Usually I have this loadout to my old combo that I had, which is the Stormy Storm money. There we go. That's like my signature loadout. The raining money. Okay. This is going to be my hard defense loadout. That's what I'm going to run generally for my defense. This is going to be my... I don't know, I guess it'll be my soft defense loadout, so I guess I'll run Jag. This will be like, if I'm forced into a different situation, I can immediately set up. I often run Eureka Effect, because Eureka Effect means that, for example, on second point, if my teleporter exit is still up after using the backwards teleporter, I can, if I die on second point but we still hold it, I can TP in with the Eureka Effect without building an entrance that could otherwise allow a spy to get in.
Привет. Привет.
So, I don't know, let's change that to be my Eureka Effect hat. There we go, I've got the goggles with this. Perfect. Eureka Effect's only real downsides are the long base holds. Obviously harder to do because you get less metal, but if you repeatedly teleport you can get all your sustain. But this is like for the base hold in which I will be already like established of a sentry. If my sentry and dispenser go down when I die in second, then I'll probably be building like third anyway. So with that, I might as well run Jag. I don't know, because like Jag and Wrench depend kind of on your div. Because you can kind of get away with running like Jag in lower levels because the main downside of Jag is that it takes longer to break a sapper. So like if you're in lower divs where a spy will go into sap and then try to solo you, you can kind of just deal with it. But if you're in like sort of mid-higher divs where they like sap and then bomb, you want to get that sapper off quick, otherwise your sentry is dead. But then also if you're playing in like really high like Prem, where they do like really good synchronized strats, where it's like as soon as the sapper's on, the sniper's already like fully charged to the gun, and there's already a rocket heading towards the gun. The gun is going to die in like less than a second in a lot of organized situations. So even then, you're not going to be able to break that sapper. So there's no downside to the Jag. So it kind of gets into a point where Jag is really good in early levels. Then there's sort of like a mid to high level, it kind of gets worse, but then in like Prem there's kind of almost no downside. So I don't know, it's like very... There's a lot of like things where I read way too much into a weapon and think how I could use it really well. And a lot of the time, like, there's no real need to do that because I'm just reading too far into it, but I don't know. And I feel like there's always opportunities to build something as nerdy as possible. So like, people always sort of say, why aren't you using Southern Hospitality? Well, I used to use Southern Hospitality a lot. See, it's just like the Lenny wrench. Perfect. I like Southern Hospitality for maps where I'm building level 3 sentries, but I'm sort of holding, like Steel, for example, where I've got a good hold on B and a good hold on E. And I'm oftentimes on my own, so I have to kind of like deal with spies. However, if I'm playing on attack defense maps or payload maps where I'm going to be holding each consecutive point and backing out to the next one, like a lot of payload maps, I prefer using Wrench just because of one particular strat that I know a few pyros know about, and because I know that a lot of good pyros know about, I don't use it in high level because I expect high level pyros to know. Okay, so basically the strat is, with Southern Hospitality, you take 20% more fire damage, and you're like, okay, 20% more fire damage, that doesn't really seem like much of a downside, right? Like, if you're going to be charged down by a pyro, you're dead anyway in that situation, right? Well, you're also taking mini crits if you're picking up a building with Rescue Ranger. So if you're in a situation on first point where you're pulling back a sentry or a dispenser to back out, and you get hit by like a flare or a detonator or a scorch shot, you're gonna get fucking destroyed because you're taking 20% more damage from that flare plus mini crits, and this also applies to the afterburn. So, like, I haven't really done the mathematics on this, but that initial flare impact is pretty much half your HP, and you've got afterburn applied to you, which if they're not running degreaser, unless they're a scrub, they're like just fucking gonna destroy you with that flare. And I know some pyros know about this strat, so that's why I don't run Southern Hospitality, just because I'm fucking scared of that strat. That's also me reading really into it, and obviously some people don't really care. I'm also expecting a lot of people to now go, oh shit, this is a strat, and just fucking put it on Reddit. Feel fucking free. Put my stream on there. Need them followers, mate. But, like, yeah, that's... Southern Hospitality is a wrench that I quite like. It's pretty much an upgrade in a lot of situations. But, yeah. Also, there is also the side that a lot of EU pyros don't use flares, because shotgun master race. So, I guess it depends if you know your team. Like, if you're playing against Strong Opinions, you're like, oh yeah, they've got Steve, they've got the guy who is basically another scout on Pyro. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter. But at the same time, I also know that Steve is a very clever Pyro, and if he knew this strat, or if he just watched this now and knows the strat, because I'm an English supervillain who explains all my horrible weaknesses, then he could definitely use the strat. Like, I am totally okay with exchanging amazing TF2-based information. But anyway, yeah, I will go wrench for like the hard defense here. I could go jag if it turns out I'm gonna get destroyed anyway. I'm doing I think this is Frosty's, I can't remember. This is like just Josh's team. I'm not good with team names. But yeah, I can't remember their spy player on this team. Oh yeah, it's Spyro, okay. I think Spyro's like a mixed spy, like he's not like full knife or like full gun. I think he's more like knife focused. What team are we stacking?
Red.
Okay. Nice.
Бля, пиздец, у меня лагает.
Bullet red.
Я вылетел?
Да.
У меня пинг здесь не очень. Можно я тоже фаною?
Кстати, это тот самый спай, который 5 дроп сделал в игре.
Okay. So this is my hard defense loadout.
Имба!
I've got the wrench because it's pretty
Как он
balanced.
спал?
Got 2 hits to destroy a sapper and
Я
2 hits
выспался,
to kill a
сколько
spy.
лет.
I do often use my melee to kill spies just because it's often the weapon I have out, and yeah.
Было бы неплохо.
I know a lot of spy mains know that I go for wrench hits, so they'll go for trick stabs, which is also why I perpetually do go for wrench hits, because you get those kind of funny interactions. I know that whenever I play against Carlotto, he goes for like the frag movie strats, where it's like, oh, he's gonna slap my sentry, jump on my gun, and then try to jump over me, and it's just like really interesting interactions. I like it. I just want to have like a frag video of me, like, just like, it's gonna be like a frag video moment where it's just like, oh, it's building up to this amazing play, and it's just me, and it's just like that record scratch of just like, oh, it didn't happen, it doesn't matter. It's just gonna be like loads of those where people try to kill me in like really cool ways, and it's just like, shut down, no, sorry, denied. Okay, so we're gonna have like the Eureka effect here for when we get back to, but it's also gonna be very specific. I mean, I can always just go to here and then switch to jag. But it's good to have Eureka effect here, just in case, like, I die on second, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting ready to back out on third. Oh wait, no, we're actually still holding second. Switch to Eureka effect really quick. Then we've got our general offense loadout. Let me change to my cart pushing hat. Okay. And we got our little backpack. Where's our backpack? There it is. So that we can carry all our supplies. That we get a little wrench, get little bullets. You got a little lunchbox. Yeah. You got a little choo-choo train hat for pushing the cart. Perfect. You got the short circuit, which is the most OP piece of shit. You can destroy projectiles, you can kill spies, you can basically uninstall their game for them, especially if the soldier is running gunboats or contrary, he just doesn't exist in the game anymore. Assuming you're not shit like me. So this is going to be the cart pushing loadout. Basically the whole of offense I'm going to be having this loadout. And this is my cheese loadout, which I guess I'm going to... I don't know what unusuals I'm going to wear on this loadout. That face went too many unusuals, lol. XDDD. Let's wear my duck loadout. Okay, what's my duck? There we go. Little ducks.
может.
So panic attack, I actually really love
Я же вам
for
обещал.
killing sentries and killing medics, because a lot of time when you're walking in as an engineer
Ой, Саша, тоже
to
будет
like
целый
bombs,
ящик.
like to sack, you're gonna land maybe 1 or 2 shots and then you're gonna die because you're gonna be focus fired. But with panic attack, you can load up 4 shots, fire like 1 shot, and then when you're being focus fired by the enemy team, you can immediately just dispatch like ba 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 and just kill everybody. That hardly works because I've got really bad aim. Okay, let's just switch to our main loadout here.
Снайпер, вот
Just
10
go back
раз
with
перед
teleporter.
началом игры попрошу.
But if someone who had good aim playing engineer, they would use panic attack very well. Like I've seen Seal use it recently really well, and I'm quite happy about that. I like seeing a lot of weapon variety in engineer. I'd like to see Doom run it. That'd be cool.